I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink it. If you want to see perfection, then you're going to have to change your views and understand the truth of a 42-month tribulation, and I'm going to show you perfection. The Feast of Trumpets in 2025 will be observed from sunset on September 22nd to sunset on September 24th. It is also known as Rosh Hashanah. As I've been saying, I believe this is the beginning of the Great Tribulation and the Rapture. Now watch and please pay attention. If you want to see perfection, perfect numbers, everything perfect, just watch. From Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 to Sunday, May 20th, 2029, there are 1,335 days. That's 3 years, 7 months, and 27 days. 1335 is Daniel 12:12, right? Daniel 12:12, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days, or 1,335 days. And it takes you exactly to May 20th from September 23rd, the Feast of Trumpets this year. Takes you to May 20th, 2029. In the Old Testament, Pentecost, also known as the Feast of Weeks or Shavuot, is linked to the giving of the law on Mount Sinai. It's celebrated 50 days after Passover, and Jewish tradition associates this day with God giving the Ten Commandments to Moses. This connection is seen as a pivotal moment where God established a covenant with the Israelites. This is Pentecost. This is what it's all about. Remember this day, a very important day where God makes contact and comes down to man. Well, do you know what May 20th, 2029 is? Pentecost in 2029 will be on May 20th. I mean, it's perfect. It's exact. That is the timeline. That is how it's going to work. Jesus will come down to earth on May 20th, 2029, and I believe we will be caught up into the clouds September 23rd, 2025. 42-month Great Tribulation. I've been showing you guys that forever.
And the 7-year tribulation, you hear people say, oh, there's no words written 7-year tribulation. No, it's not actually written exactly like that. It's not actually written exactly like that. It's not actually written exactly like that.
This calculation was set up so perfect, that you would have to be in absolute denial to reject what I'm going to show you guys. And I've shown it before, but I feel there's a need to remind people out there, because we as human beings forget things very easily, and we don't critically think sometimes. Now, the calculation is going to prove exactly which year we are in on the Jewish calendar. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I knew which Jewish year we were in, but when I did this calculation and saw what I saw, man, it's too perfect. God put this here for us to know exactly where we are. So we know that there's 6,000 years in the biblical timeline. From Adam to the end, a 6,000 year period. Just like God created everything in 6 days. A day has 1,000 years, that's 6,000 years. Also in Genesis 6:3, there's 120 jubilees. Jubilee is 50 years. 120 jubilees is 6,000 years. 120 times 50. So where are we on the 6,000 years? Well, I'm going to prove to you where we are exactly. And it's going to prove to you that it's impossible for there to be a 7-year Great Tribulation. It no longer can be with what I'm about to show you. So we are in the year 5995. 5 more years to go to get to the 6,000th year, which is 2030. And there were a lot of guys that were correct when they were saying 2030 is the end, 2029, 2030 that we're on. But then the Great Tribulation didn't come, the rapture didn't come, and it threw them all off because they believe in a 7-year lie. Now, are you ready for the calculation? It's so simple, but it's so precise. So we're in year 5995 of the 6,000, right? Let me prove it to you. All you do is you multiply it. That's it. Be fruitful and multiply. 5 times 9 times 9 times 5. That's all you do. Multiply it. Watch this. It's too perfect. It equals 2025. 2025. You have to be in denial to not recognize the perfection of this calculation. God said it. If you reject this, you're going to reject a great gift from God that He left here with this calculation to show us where we're at. So we are in 2025, which is year 5995. And all you got to do is be fruitful and multiply. Therefore, it is impossible for there to be a 7-year tribulation because there's only 5 years left. And if there was 7, then it would all be off. They're all wrong. All of them. All of the so-called watchman community, most 95% of Christianity is all believing the lie of the 7-year Great Tribulation. Jesus' ministry, they don't count that. They taught everybody, don't count his ministry. No, you count it. Because that's the first half of Daniel's 70th week. And he was cut off in the midst of the week. That's what that was. He was cut off in the middle of Passover week, which God was showing us the microcosm of a regular week, to the macrocosm, a 7-year week. And he was cut off in the middle of both. It was cut off on a Wednesday, which is the midst of the week. And then he was cut off in 3.5 years, which is the midst of Daniel's 70th week. Don't let Christianity fool you, man. This calculation right here, it's gold. This is treasure. And you know what? I don't care what any of them say.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.